Kuzampu and the heartiest welcome. I'm Yishe, your host, and this is Talk and Show. My guest for tonight is a budding poet. Please welcome Pema Lhamu. Welcome to the show, Pema.
Thank you.
Hello, Pema. How are you?
I'm fine now.
Okay. So can you tell me briefly about yourself?
So, my name is Pema Lhamu Sherpa and I come from Komtu, which is a small town under Samtsizongkhak, and I've just graduated from College of Natural Resources.
Okay. What was your course?
I studied Sustainable Development.
Okay. So, Pema, we are going through a pandemic right now, right? And it's very important that we look on the brighter side. So, any lessons that you've learned from this pandemic?
This pandemic can be a very long vacation for those who are very fortunate enough, but I can't imagine how hard it is for the ones who are less fortunate enough to make expenditures meet. So staying home indoors to stay away from the virus is one thing, and to be financially prepared is another. So this pandemic has taught me that we should be grateful for little things in life, and health is wealth. When we are healthy, we are capable of fighting off any kind of diseases or virus. And this pandemic has also taught me that our mental health is also very important, because if we are locked in a house alone, we cannot imagine how lonely we would feel. Loneliness kills, actually.
Yeah.
If we don't have anyone to talk to, if we are alone, yes, we can contact people with our phones, but it is not as effective as communicating face to face. So mental health is also very important.
The next segment, it is called True or False. So in this segment, I'm going to give you some random statements and you have to state whether it's true or false according to you. It's your perspective, okay? So please take the prop. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Something made me happy today.
True.
Okay, tell me about it.
So you have invited me to your show, so that's why I'm very happy today.
Oh my God, seriously? Okay, I'm so glad then. And number 2, writing is cathartic.
True.
Okay.
So I believe writing is cathartic because it helps us to release our emotions that has been repressed in our body for so long. So writing is cathartic. So it is like a therapy, I guess, to release our emotions and to feel better.
Yeah, it's therapeutic, right? It's good to write your stress, your negative emotion, whatever. I understand what you're saying. Okay, that is all with true or false. The next segment, it is called Moral of the Story. So in this segment, I would like to know 2 lessons that you've learned in your life. So please impart your wisdoms.
So the lessons that my life has taught me is that it is not selfish to put yourself first. In fact, it is very necessary to put yourself first in this modern world, because if you don't, then nobody else will. So, and the second lesson that I've learned is that it is always better to cut off, to limit your contacts with negative people, toxic people, because they are not good for your peace of mind. So it is better if you're better off alone and surrounded by people who are good for your mental health.
Yeah, quality over quantity, right? Are you someone who likes to have small friend circles?
Exactly. I like to have small circle of friends, but usually, I know a lot of people, so I end up having a lot of friends.
So I understand why you're saying that you need to cut off some people who are not good for your mental space.
Health.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying. 2 lovely wisdoms, Pema. The next segment, it is called Mystery Maze. It's a riddle segment. So I'm going to ask you some simple riddles. Are you good at riddles?
I won't say like 100%, but I can try my best.
Oh yeah? Okay, let's roll then. Number 1, what can you never put in a pot? In a pot, there is this particular thing that you cannot put in a pot. We can put everything in a pot, right? Anything that we feel like eating, anything that we are craving, we can put it in the pot, cook and eat, right? So there is this one particular thing that you cannot put in the pot. What is it?
I think it's love.
Love? Put love in the pot? I mean, here, not practically, but not literally. But you can cook with love. pot is a container. It can hold anything, right? Not it doesn't have to be edible. You can put anything in a pot. So there's one thing that you cannot put in a pot. There's a huge hint. Okay, it's part of the pot. It's a part of the pot.
The lid.
Yeah, it's the lid, right? No matter how hard you try, you cannot put its lid in the pot. The lid doesn't fit in the pot, right? So it's the lid. Correct answer. Number 2. Okay, listen to this carefully, okay? You need a keen ear for that. I have seas without water, coasts without sand, towns without people, and mountains without land. What am I? I have seas without water, coasts without sand, towns without people, and mountains without land.
Can I get a hint?
Okay, how do I give a hint for this? It's pretty tricky. So this particular thing, it has like seas, right? It has seas as water,
Seas.
but this particular thing doesn't have water. And coasts have sand, right? But doesn't have sand. There are towns, but no people. There are mountains, but there's no land. How do I give a hint for that? It is like, you can carry it. I think that's the best hint I can give you right now. You can carry it.
Sorry, I don't think I know this answer.
You want to give up? You can carry it anywhere. You can roll it up. Oh my God. You can roll it up. And, we had, it was one of the toughest part for me during examinations. It actually comes on exam. It's a geographical outline. Is that correct? Is that the correct term? I don't know.
A map?
Yeah. I'll give you 50% for this because I give you a lot of hints, right? Yeah, it's the map. Okay. Number 3. How can a girl go 25 days without sleep?
How can a girl go 25 days without sleep?
Yeah. How can a girl go 25 days without sleep? Okay, here's the hint. Days is the key word here. Days.
Days.
Mhm.
25 days.
Without sleep. She doesn't sleep for 25 days. A human body cannot sustain without sleeping for 25 days, right? Come on, Pema. Days. I told you, days is the hint. 25 days.
Days without sleep. DAYS, days.
Yeah, days. Nima. What do you think it is? Come on.
She sleeps at night.
Bravo. Yeah. By sleeping at night. I told you, days is the hint, right? So it's just to confuse you. 25 days without sleep, but she sleeps at night. By sleeping at night. Yeah. So you got 2.5 out of 3. So that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Clap, clap for you. Okay. The next segment, it is called Insights for Impact. Today we're going to talk about poetry and you. Okay, so it is said that to be a poet, childlike curiosity is important. At the same time, the ability to translate your thoughts and emotions into words, it's also very important, right? And a poet also needs to be optimistic, trusting, detached, motivated, and stubborn. So do you have these qualities? Tell me a story, Pema. You are a blooming poet, right? So tell me a story.
So when I was small, my father used to narrate a lot of bedtime stories to me. We didn't have a television at home, so to entertain us, he used to narrate a lot of bedtime stories, like the woodcutter, fairy tales like the princess who meets her prince. So his stories helped me to spark my imagination. So this imagination were too much to handle for me, so I chose to write it down. So that's how I started writing.
Oh, the emotions that you felt when your father was narrating a story, you wrote those emotions down. That's
when
so
he used to tell me stories, so I used to imagine all the steps in my head. So So basically, we didn't need a television that time because
Yeah,
my imagination.
served the purpose for television, right?
Yes, exactly. Then when I was in middle school, the best part of my life was when I was in Gumtu Middle Secondary School, because I had a lot of friends, my childhood friends, who were very true to me. They were very nice. So I was very happy. So my body could not contain such happiness. So I used to maintain diaries, daily journal. So I used to write a lot that time. So that is how I started writing, and my journey of writing wasn't as smooth as I imagined it to be, because when I reached in high school, I faced a lot of difficult times with my friends, because I was not conditioned to a new environment, meeting new people, because I studied in Gumtu for almost 11 years. So moving out from my hometown was very difficult for me. So I met a lot of people who had different personalities. So I wasn't able to basically cope up with them and live peacefully there. So that time I faced a lot of difficult times there. So that is when I decided to burn all my diaries where I wrote down my stuff, because the memories were very, very harsh for me to handle. I could not read those journals I wrote back then. So I decided to burn them down. So I regret burning them right now, because at least I would have had a story to write about that if I still had those books. So when I reached to college, and when I entered college, it was difficult for me to write again, because there were a lot of assignments going on. So I basically had to focus on my studies. So I quit writing for almost a year, and now that I have graduated from my college, so I'm back in track again. I've started writing. So currently I'm working on a story called The Magic Shop. I wrote till chapter 5. So last night I took a break because I was really nervous for the show. So I guess
So
I'll
you
continue.
write every night?
Every night.
Okay.
So I don't have the story planned in my head. I just write randomly. So I've kept it for tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to give out a small synopsis for Magic Shop? What is
So
it about?
The Magic Shop is about escaping from your life, the life that
Okay.
is very hard.
Yeah.
So there are 3 main characters in my story. So they are basically on their way to escape from their life and to see a brighter side. That's
Is it a fantasy?
yes.
Fantasy novel. Novel, right? Okay. Okay. So how's the reception? People, do they like your story?
Because I took a very long break, so I lost most of my readers. So
Okay.
there are very few people who read my story daily, and I'm very thankful for them for supporting me.
I think they'll come back, right? Now that you're back on track. It's a beautiful story, your writing journey, because you started writing on a very happy term, right? When your father told you those stories, you wanted to, capture those emotions, so you wrote them down. And middle school also, you were very happy, your ecstasy, right? You were very euphoric, so you wanted to capture euphoria, so you wrote them down. But it's a very sad thing that you burned it all, down when you were in high school. Yeah, if you had those, diaries, but you still remember, right? So you maybe can, dig into your memories, and you can, bring it back to life in a way.
I'll try my
Yeah. Okay. So why do you like poetry? Tell me why you like poetry.
poetry, because I like poetries because they are short and sweet, and they convey very meaningful messages, though they are very short.
Exactly. Yeah. It's condensed, right? All these, you see a poem, it sounds very simple, it sounds very short, but all these emotions, feelings, sentiments, memories, life that the short package contains, it's like, it's a lot.
Huge.
When you open it up, it's a lot, right? So yeah, I like poetry for that reason as well. They're very concentrated and heavy when you actually break them down, right? So yeah. So what kind of poems do you write, Pema?
So I write confessional poetries.
Tell me about it.
So confessional writing, it is basically a first-person style writing where we use the letter I the most, like I have used in my work.
Yeah.
So confessional, usually, like the word itself means to confess your emotions and your feelings and convert it into a work. So that's confessional poetry.
Okay, so basically you confess your feelings and emotions and the good and the bad to your readers. Okay. How many confessional poetries have you written till date?
I lost count actually because
Oh yeah,
I've written many.
that many. Okay. What themes do you center around?
I basically write about love because
Love.
it's very exciting.
Yeah, at
Love.
that age, right?
And then heartbreaks, which followed by love. That's heartbreak
Okay.
you face. And then I also write about friendship and maybe trusting each other.
Trust. Mm. Beautiful themes.
So my favorite poet is Rupi Kaur. She is a Canadian poet. So she writes poetries. She has, I guess, 2 or 3 books published. I don't remember because I still don't have her books because I read all of her poetries online.
Okay.
So she inspired me to write poetries
Oh yeah.
because I wasn't actually into writing poetries. Actually, I was writing stories mostly. So when I read her work, so I felt like I should write too because it's very
Relatable.
relatable. Plus, it's attractive. Plus, it's very common among youth.
Okay. Confessional, right? So you're confessing, so we can relate to the poetry, the work, right? So, the things that happens in our life, the emotions, the feelings, the rough patches, whatever. We also have the same pattern. So when you can see our pattern in her, in her work,
In our work,
we
exactly.
get attracted to that. So that's why you said attractive, right? Yeah, I like those kind of poetry as well. I mean, I like classic ones, but the time and era and the events are a little different, right? So I cannot say that I can relate to them 100%, but the modern poetry, when they talk about anxiety, when they talk about stress, when they talk about mental illness,
health.
when they talk about the hardships in life, the blessings of life, so we can relate, right? So
It's relatable.
I get gravitated towards that kind of work as well. So yeah.
I started writing a long time back, but
You said middle school, right?
middle school. But I created my page, Pema in Process, in 2017. I guess it was on April 2017. So Pema in Process, the name.
Why Pema in Process?
Yes. So I am actually not a published writer or a poet. So my name basically means I'm in the process of becoming someone whom others can look up to, or someone other people can, know from my name. Like so, it's everything is a process.
So you are in process, right? Like lifelong student kind of thing. I like that. Great knowing your story, Pema. It's a lovely story, and more, I wish you all the best in your writing career. I look forward to your magic shop. I'll check it out tonight.
My name is Pema Lhamu Sherpa, and today I'm going to recite a poetry titled Ocean. They told me I looked awful as I aged in age. My skin showed a different shade, like tones of confused thoughts of a shattered little soul. Belly fat, wider hips, shallow bottom, and a serious face. They defined me with all adjectives, like they were gods, depressed over how they have failed to create me beautifully. But I believe that I've grown with grace, proud of all the scars painted without my consent, because I am an ocean with waves printed on my body and memories sunken deep into my heart like treasure pirates sailed the ocean for.
The next segment, it is called Fun Facts. So in this segment, I would like to know 2 fun facts about Pema Lhamu.
So there are a lot of fun facts about me, but I will shorten it to 2. So there are a lot of things that makes me happy. So it doesn't have to be big, like small things, like when there is a continuous water supply in my house. So it really makes me happy because I can do all the washing, cleaning and all. Second fun fact is that I like cooking as much as I love eating. So I'm a good cook and I am not a picky eater.
Oh yeah, you're a good cook. What do you cook mostly?
I cook.
Do you have a favorite cuisine or something?
I like potatoes.
Yeah, potato is a very versatile vegetable. You can make a lot of dishes out of it. What do you make? Aloo dum?
I make aloo dum, parathas, French fries.
Have me over once. I like those foods. I mean, the foods that you've mentioned, I love them. So
Just like continuous water supply. If I have a stack of
Yeah.
potatoes at my home, so it really makes me happy. So to my viewers, I would like to tell everyone that to be kind to anyone you meet, and be yourself, be real no matter where you come from, because you are being judged no matter what. So be who you are.
thank you for coming on the show, Pema. I had fun. That's all we have for you now. Thank you for making me a part of your day, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care and be positive. Goodbye for now.
Yeah. It's funny how life is. One moment you're here, the next you're not. I didn't realize the importance of life till recently. I lost a nephew. He was just a year old. This for you, May boy, son. Yeah. Yeah, this feeling is hell. Thinking about that, I'm feeling in jail. Losing loved ones I can't even bear. Can't do so much, but she looking so pale. Yeah, no feeling is right. Took you for granted, now I'm paying the price. Though you in heaven, I can picture you smile. You proved us wrong by the way that you fight. Man, you showed what struggle. They wanna kill themselves. Man, you rumbled. Learned life's unpredictable. You're so close, yet invincible. You ain't here. Yeah. You ain't here. You ain't here. Go. It's hard to look back, it's hard to move front, especially when you know they lost their only son. Barely even walking, couldn't even run. Left us thinking, what could we have done? But I learned that everything has its end. He was so young, not a sin but condemned. Ask the Lord above, cause some things don't make sense. Why take away the young ones with no experience? I feel it for the mothers who lost their sons. This is for the fathers who's drowning in rum. Can't imagine what you're feeling, how your world's been turned. Salute to the ones who let go and gone. We can move forward, say bye to past. Struggle may be bitter, but it sure kissed your back. Couldn't put you down like no others can. Everybody's gotta struggle in this holy land, but you gotta keep on going for the better day. Shed the pain away, nothing's gonna be the same. Everything seems so blurred in this time right now. It's hard to face the fact you ain't here right now. Promise from my heart, I'ma make you proud. Do it in your name, I'ma look up to the clouds. Counting all your birthdays, I can watch you grow. Only wishing if only Rob knew his bro. You ain't here. Just a year old. So young. Love you. Miss you, May boy.